And so far throughout the cycle, the washer has been doing very well. So the water level is definitely my favorite feature on this washer. Because with high or max, it uses a lot of water, and that equals more fascinating wash action to wash and plus good cleaning. Yeah, except it does take longer to fill and drain. Because especially with the fill, because depending on what water temperature is selected, some will do fast sprays and others will do slow sprays for fill. But like I said, on the normal cycle, it just stays with slow sprays for filling. But that's what I'm saying. It sometimes does take longer to fill and to drain. Now it is on its first mini spin as it's starting to speed up for it. Now so you guys can see it's still in the washing process. Also, the reason why it does a mini spin before the rinse is so that way after washing the water collects all the dirtiness from the clothes, and when it does a mini spin, spinning is supposed to spin out the water of the clothing. So what it's doing is it's going to spin out the dirty water, so that way when it does its deep rinse, it can rinse well. Now on the GE Profile Top Load series, they don't do a mini spin before the rinse, and that's what makes the Profile series very bad. But the regular line series is really good. Like when it does the mini spins before the rinse, that's what makes the regular line series of GE very good. I mean, I've owned some GE products for a long time now, but this is my first time owning a washer from them. I have heard good stuff about GE washers, so that is why I decided to buy one. Like I have other GE products from them. I have other products from GE too. But again, this is my first time owning a washer from them. And it has been really good so far for the last 9 full months. Now on the 10-month mark. And I have not had any issues with this washer so far, so it's really good. Except sometimes the machine does get unbalanced a little bit. So that's kind of a downfall. Or actually it's normal because normally top loaders get unbalanced. But for clothing, it did not get unbalanced, like it did not bang around a single time. Anyways, now it is slowing down, and sooner it will begin the rinse process. And in just a minute, it will start filling up for the rinse process, for the deep rinse. So actually, do you know what those options are that it has right there? The options, that's basically for the rinse and spin options. Like when it's at none, it'll just do a single spray rinse, extra spin, do a spray rinse but a long spin, extra rinse, 2 rinses, 1 spray rinse and 1 deep, and the deep rinse, a single rinse but a deep. Now it has gone up into the rinsing process and it's going to start filling. So what it is that when the lid has not unlocked yet, because so from the mini spin, this washer does take a while to slow down when it finishes spinning. and it does this all the time, which is normal programming. It will slow while it's slowing down. It will start filling up with water at the same time. And once it slows down, the lid will unlock and we can open it. Like in a minute here, once the tub comes to a stop, the lid will unlock and we can open it. And also, how can you tell that it's unlocked? On this model, do you see that right next to the start button where it says unlocked? Once the lid unlocks it, or it is unlocked, that light will come on. And then it will be unlocked, versus when the lid is locked and the light is off, like right now. Versus on other models, it would have a lid locked, and when the lid is locked, the light is on, but when it's not, it's off. Look, see? It just unlocked right now and the light came on. And now it is doing the cold rinse, so it will stay doing slow space for the rinse. Let's see if I can. Barely. And also, what I've sometimes seen this machine do, when it's at a higher water level after the clothes are spun out, then once it starts agitating, it will struggle, and that will cause it not to rinse well. So that's why I am trying out moving the tub again to get the clothes wet, so that way they can come down. Well, on some of them, it is not working well. Now that I just helped the clothes get down, that will help the rinse action to do well on rinsing like it did on the wash. It should help at least. Because when the agitator struggles, it is causing some wear out on the agitator. And sometime in the future, if it keeps struggling, it will eventually go out. It should be that way at least. But when it helps it, like sometimes when the agitator is struggling, I try to get the gloves in a certain direction so the agitator can move properly. I sometimes do that. Because the more the agitator works, the longer that will last. Now, you guys have seen the fabric softener in the dispenser, right? Well, now it's gone. How does it go gone? Well, when it starts kind of spinning a little bit, sometimes the fabric softener will come out and go into the clothes. But then while it's starting to fill, the softener will dispense. I don't know if y'all can see well, but there are holes in the agitator. And those holes right there, like, see that? Right here? That is where the softener comes out. Like it comes from here and then out those holes and into the water. And that's how the fabric softener comes out. Now again, for the agitation, for the wash and rinse, depending on what water level you selected, it will fill up with that water you selected on the wash, and it will fill up with that same amount of water and do the same agitation for the deep rinse. But if it's just on spray rinse mode, then it will fill up with that amount of water for the wash and then just do a spray rinse. And overall in this cycle so far, we have seen the agitation do very well on agitating the clothes around. See ya. Okay, it may struggle a little bit, the agitator. Like you saw how I helped the clothes to get down and that helped the agitator. See guys? How that works. And now that I helped it, the agitator struggled a little bit. But mostly it is still doing well on agitation.